Hello there. It is Mariners baseball, and welcome as the Mariners are hosting the New York Yankees. The the Mariners are hosting the New York Yankees, the evil empire, and the Mariners are the Rebel Alliance. And I am the Rooftop Sports, and I'm here to cover the Mariners and Yankees game. And the Mariners are coming off of an atrocious series against the Toronto Blue Jays, where the Blue Jays literally lit them up every single night in that series. Because of that, the Mariners, it seems that their division lead is dwindling down to 2 as of now. So the Mariners are going to have to be careful, and they're going to go up against an even tougher squad, the New York Yankees, when the Mariners, they got swept by a really bad Blue Jays team that was 3 games below 500, and now the Yankees are back for, now the Yankees are in Seattle. And one of the last times I remember from last year, the New York Yankees totally beat up on the Seattle Mariners in that series. The Mariners did split with them on the road in New York for a 4-game series, but then the Yankees took 2 of 3, including that Randy Arozarena threw the bat away, which got Julio Rodriguez out from that game. And let's look at the players for today. We got Grisham at center field. He's off to a pretty good start this season. Let's not forget about Aaron Judge, who has 14 home runs, 39 RBIs, batting .409, arguably the best hitter in baseball right now. Then we got Rice, Paul Goldschmidt, who is batting .350, .349, Cody Bellinger, Austin Volpe, Austin Wells, Cabrera, and Peraza. And as for the Mariners, they've got J.P. Crawford leading off, Jorge Polanco, Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, Randy Arozarena, Rowdy Tellez, Leody Taveras, Dylan Moore, and Ben Williamson. And the notable players who have taken dips in production is J.P. Crawford, Jorge Polanco. I would also say Dylan Moore and even Ben Williamson. So they have all got to step up. And some of you may have noticed that I did the Star Wars introduction. Today is actually Star Wars night here at T-Mobile Park. I was actually planning to go to the game, but then I decided that I just wanted to do it live instead and provide my Star Wars entertainment. So throughout this game, I will not only be doing, the Mariners game, of course, but I'll be showing some of my favorite Star Wars video games that I grew up with, and I guess talk about some of my most favorite Star Wars movies that I saw when I was a kid and still growing up to be. Except, unfortunately, I'm not really a Disney guy. I don't like what Disney has done to Star Wars. I think they have taken away from it. But otherwise, camera has panned to Emerson Hancock in his last 4 starts, a 3.52 ERA. He's actually been doing pretty well, pitching considerably well, unlike his very first game against Detroit. And the Mariners will be going up against Clark Schmidt, who is off to a pretty solid start this season. Clark Schmidt, he is now at actually not off to a good start at all. He's a 4.79 ERA. So this could be the even matchup, but however, the Yankees are the favorite to win this game, and they are up by around 17 points to be exact. Game's about to start in 5 minutes, and before we start, let's see any of my most favorite Star Wars games I remembered when I was a kid. Well, now they're playing commercial break, so I might as well just play that. So I'm going to share it right now. This was my favorite Star Wars game when I was a kid. This is Star Wars TIE Fighter. This is the intro of it. Jonathan says, don't quit your day job. Well, I'm here now. Also, don't forget to donate and subscribe to this channel as well. Help the algorithm of this channel. And also donate to this channel. I know I already said that. You can do that through the YouTube Super Chats or anything else. Or my PayPal and my Venmo, and it's on there in the bottom part of the ticker. Well, look at that. That is Emperor Palpatine. That's what I remember when I was a kid. I still play this game to this day.
Peace and order will be restored throughout the galaxy. Even now,
I also
our
might play
capable
some of my favorite Star Wars
forces,
game when I
led
was
by
growing up when I was
Darth
a kid.
Vader,
I'm going
are
to try to get that
striking
set up
back at
to
the
provide a much
rebel
more
insurgents.
engaging commercial breaks.
Rebels are unprepared for our attack. Signal Vice Admiral Thrawn to launch his air squadrons immediately. This rebel stronghold has no hope.
That was the Grand Admiral Thrawn, if you're wondering who that is.
Attack. Yes, sir.
Rebels are under attack. Well, and we are back from the break and just getting this game started. And Seattle Mariners playing the New York Yankees, and the Mariners are, I think they're about to be on the field. They're not on the field quite yet. And this game is brought to you by SeatGeek. Remember the SeatGeek. Use that promo code RoofTopSports for your $20 off. Mariners are about to take the field against the Evil Empire, and my good old buddy Darth Vader will be joining. So, Vader, how do you feel about your New York Yankees? Well, I forgot to. I gotta give you the Yankees hat too. So, does that hat feel any comfortable? No, it does not feel comfortable. I sense a great disturbance in the force. Yep, that's how he feels about it. So, do you expect the Yankees to win? I expect full destruction of the Rebel Alliance. Yep, that's how he feels. And the Mariners are taking the field right now. We got We got Emerson Hancock. He's going to take the mound. And let's see what he can do. Emerson Hancock is at 5 starts. He's 1-1 with a 5.70 ERA, so he's still trying to clean up all that mess from the Detroit game. Strikeout rate at 16.7. He has been pitching better since that Detroit game, and his velocity has went up a few miles an hour on that fastball. He's got mostly the sinker, the changeup, the four-seamer, and the slider. So he's got to use more. I would say use a lot of that sinker and that slider, but his sinker has been the true go-to, as I must say. And I'm going to look at Emerson Hancock's StatCast. He is a 6'4" guy, and his velocity when it comes to his sinker is mostly a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. He has gone up to 96 so far, so he has improved in that velocity, that's for sure. We got Grisham. I think he's on my fantasy baseball team. And we got Aaron Judge and Rice. They are the top 3 players right now on that starting lineup, followed by Goldschmidt, Bellinger, Volpe, Wells, Cabrera, and Peraza. He is that guy. And we're about to get started in about, I'll say, a few minutes. And the defensive alignments, we got Ben Williamson, third base, J.P. Crawford, shortstop, Gold Glove, Dylan Moore, second base, Rowdy Tellez, first base, Leody Taveras, right field, Julio, center field, Randy Arozarena as left field, and we got the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, as the catcher. And this first pitch is also brought to you by Sahara Pizza of Snoqualmie. Sahara Pizza. Get your pizza because you can get 50% off the menu for Mondays and Tuesdays. And now we got Grisham on his very first pitch. Now Hancock the first pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball. And we are underway. That was a 95 mile an hour fastball, by the way. And we are underway here at T-Mobile Park. Grisham this season batting .276 with 10 home runs and 20 RBIs. The pitch, and that's going to be a strike this time. And that is going to be a 1-1 count on Grisham. That was a sinker. He's been using 2 sinkers in a row. As now we're at the 1-1 by Emerson Hancock. And now the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball, strike 2. That's what you like to see. Emerson Hancock forcing foul balls to happen. We're at 1-2. Aaron Judge is on deck, the most dangerous player, the best player in all of baseball right now. Best hitter right now, as I would like to say. As now we're at the 1-2 pitch by Emerson Hancock going to be another 1-2. And that is a ball. I thought that was a strike. That was well in the zone. It was just on the cusp, but the umpire thought it was a ball, which I heavily disagreed with. As now we're at 2-2 to Trent Grisham. Now the pitch and a swing and a miss, strike 3. And now we've got 1 out recorded in this inning. Next up is going to be the Darth Aaron Judge. He is now up to bat. Aaron Judge, he's very dangerous Sith Lord. 409 with a 494 OBP, 779 slugging, WRC plus of 254, and a barrel rate of 29. This is a very dangerous hitter. I remember when he hit the huge home run in T-Mobile and a big swing and a miss, and you can hear it from the fans. His hard hit rate is at 58%, exit velocity of 96, and now the pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball. And you can see that Emerson Hancock is pitching a bit more safely on Aaron Judge. And now we're at 1-1 on the big Yankee star, the Darth Aaron Judge. And now the 1-1. And now here's a fly ball drilled to right field. And that's going to be Leody Taveras, and he makes the catch. And that's going to be 2 outs. And I thought that was going to be gone, but he caught it, and he caught it on the sun too. So the Lord Aaron Judge has caught it. And on commercial break, I'm going to show Rogue Squadron. I have a game I am going to play is Rogue Squadron, my most favorite game when I was a kid. And that is going to be a strike. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 0-2, and now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball for Ben Rice. 9 home runs for Ben Rice. And I'm getting my Rogue Squadron game loaded up too, so I can show you playing. I'm just reliving every bit of nostalgia on Star Wars games I played when I was a kid. I'll even show Star Wars possibly in the pitch, and that's inside, and that nearly got him. And that is now a 2-2 count on Ben Rice. As now we're at 2-2 on Ben Rice. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to retire the side. We go to the very next inning, bottom of the first inning. It is no score as of now. And now it's time to show my Star Wars game. There it is. Gonna get started on this. Yep, that's me playing Rogue Squadron. This is how I'm celebrating Star Wars night. Yep, I'm Supreme Allied Commander. Got all 19 gold medals. You know, that's how much of an achievement that is. I'm just going to race and I'll just do Beggar's Canyon. This is one of the more tougher races I've... No, it's not that tough. But it's about getting that gold medal is the challenge. Yep. It's harder. The electrons are the toughest. Lots of twists and turns. Biggs and I used to shoot through with no brakes. Well, I'm an old bantha, so I'll meet you at the main route. I'll meet you at the moisture farm of the plateau. Well, I'll take the left branch if you don't mind racing against me. Guess you're gonna run right branch, huh, Reg? Wedge? Wedge Antilles is quite a guy to. Oh, no, 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 no! I lost! I lost the reins! I'm so bad at this! I cheated! Yep, mission failed. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. And I'm gonna win the race this time. I'm gonna fast forward this a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fast forwarding it. Yep, I'm on. It's now commercial break, so it's time to get back into the game. And we are back from the break. We got JP Crawford. I'm going to win that race. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike for JP Crawford. We're at 0-1. And the pitch. And he's just missing it for a ball. That's going to be 1-1. One and one for JP. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. That is now a 1-2 count on JP Crawford. We're at 1-2 for JP. And now the pitch. And that's going to be strike 3 called, and down goes JP Crawford, and there is one down. JP Crawford was a bit shocked by that breaking stuff right there. That was a huge curveball that got him out. That was a knuckle curve, by the way. 87-mile-an-hour fastball. That's just nasty. He throws a knuckle. Wow, he doesn't even throw fastballs. Throws a lot of breaking stuff. And now here's Jorge Polanco, who's really struggled in May. Now the pitch. And that is a strike. It was a cutter. Now he's at 9 home runs, batting .327, but he's got to do better in the month of May. And now we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. Inside for a ball. That is now 1-1 the count on Jorge Polanco. Polanco is the RBI leader with 28. As now we're at 1-1. And the pitch. And that's a strike, but that missed the strike zone. And this umpire isn't playing any mercy on the Mariners. As now we're at 1-2. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Down he goes, and the struggles of Jorge Polanco unfortunately continues. And now it's up to Julio Rodriguez to see if he can get this going. He got him on that knuckle curve. 8 pitches, and there's already 2 outs. Here's Julio. He's batting .228. And the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Ball 1. Career versus Clark Schmidt. He is 3 for 8. Because he's actually batted okay. And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball right field and fouled. So he bats nearly 500 against Clark Schmidt. So maybe there is a chance. You tell me. Last 11 games, he's batted over 300, 2 home runs and 4 RBIs, but he's got to do a lot more than that. Now we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. Now they're just swinging at will, swinging at really bad pitches. But Clark Schmidt's a really tough pitcher. Julio's more of a hot hitter during the summertime. So right now, this is his cold time. But he's really got to get it going. He cannot depend on seasonal. He's got to be consistent. And now we're at 1-2 for Julio. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep left field. And that is gone. That is a home run for Julio Rodriguez. Mariners get on the board, and they now lead 1-0. That is his 7th home run of the season. And it's the Mariners 1, the Evil Empire 0. And what a huge hit it was. Gives the high five, or shall I say the low five. Good to see the Mariners on the board. And the force is strong with Julio Rodriguez. He really needed that. Mariners really needed that in general, considering a horrible series that they had against the Toronto Blue Jays. And now it's good to see the Mariners take the lead against the Evil Empire. And now it's up to Cal Raleigh. See if the Torpedo Man can do this. And now here's the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep right field. And if that is fair, that should be a home run. And that is foul. It looked like a back-to-back home run effort was going to be done. Yeah, that had a nice spin to it, but Julio got it off anyway. It's a really nice hit. Now here's Cal Raleigh. He is 0-1 right now, batting .241. And now the pitch. And that's a ground ball foul. It looked like a really dropping pitch that was. It was a knuckle curve. He's really using that knuckle curve on him. Because now we're at 0-2 for the big dumper. And now here's the pitch. And that is low for a ball. Got away from him too. And I'm going to win that race on that Beggars Canyon. I am going to win that race. I'm going to win. As now we're at 1-2 on the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. He is batting cleanup. Now we're at 1-2, and now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball, more like popped up to third base. And he's there and he makes the catch. But the Mariners do. They do get a home run out of Julio Rodriguez, and the Mariners now take a 1-0 lead, and it's time for me to play some Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Let's win this race at first. Nope, and I just died just like that. I'm going to win. I swear on it. And I lost again. I forgot how to break in this game. That's the problem. Okay, I'm gonna beat this level. I've beaten it several times. I guess I just play worse when I'm playing. Well, you know. Yep, there you go. Oh, shoot. We are back from the break. I guess I'll do the play-by-play. while trying to beat Wedge Antilles in a stupid game of Rogue Squadron. And this is without any breaks. And we are back from the break. And Emerson Hancock is there. And now here is going to be, man, so much twists and turns in this game. It looks like they still haven't pitched yet. And this game is really tough. And I win! Woo! And that is going to be a foul ball, 0-2. And I am going to get back to the game, the scoreboard, you know. And we are back as we're at 0-2 right now. And the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to Tellez. And he goes over the first and for the first out of the game against Paul Goldschmidt. Now Cody Bellinger is now up to the plate. As we're at 0-1 so far. And now the pitch. And that's going to be missing it for a ball on Cody Bellinger. One of the players that I do believe the Mariners should have won after, as we're at 1-0. And the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. 2-0 the count on the Bellinger. As we're at 2-0. And now the pitch. And that's going to be missing it for a ball. 3-0. It's at 3-0 now. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike this time. That is going to be a 3-1 count. As we're at 3-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for ball 4. Take your base. As Cody Bellinger gets on base with a walk. And now you got a runner on first base. And this is where you get nervous. Already doing this in the second inning. Now you got Austin Volpe up to the plate. Emerson Hancock's changeup supposedly has been better. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And his changeup in his last 3 starts, they're batting .059 when they use the changeup. I am barely beating Greg in fantasy baseball myself as we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. As we're at 1-1 on Volpe. And now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. And he's struggling to find his control, really, unfortunately. As now we're at 2-1. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that's going to be strike 2 on Volpe. Or is it Volpe? As now we're at 2-2. And the pitch. Low for a ball. 3-2 on Volpe. Full count 3-2 for Volpe. And Emerson Hancock is struggling after an easy 1-2-3 inning. The pitch. And that is ball 4. Take your base. As Cody Bellinger was stealing second. And now he got runners on first and second with only just 1 out. And now we are at Austin Wells up to the plate. Wells last year finished third in the Rookie of the Year voting, and now he has a chance to do some damage for the Yankees. And now the pitch, and that's going to be outside for a ball. And because of this, Yankees are threatening. I'm going to wear my Stormtrooper helmet. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? Now the pitch. And now here's a ground ball, and that's going to be a foul ball. Yep, we got, what does it say? Come on, Mariners that played against bad time not to be against the Yankees farm team. Yeah, let's not do that. Oh, this microphone thing is going. Oh, looks like Austin Wells. Looks like he's has a slight broken bat. Yep, looks like he's got a new bat. Yep, don't you like my Stormtrooper helmet? Yeah, when Yankees are threatening, I'll wear my helmet because why not torture myself a little bit more? As now we're at 0-1. Lord Vader, let's go Yankees, right? As we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike two. I got to double check to make sure that there is Star Wars night because I thought there was. Mariners Star Wars night. Yep, it was May 12th. It is today. And now we're at the 1-2. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. Could be playable. Yep, that's Ben Williamson. He is right there. And he makes the catch. And now we've got 2 outs. Yep, I might not take that helmet. I mean, I'll take it off when the Mariners get up to bat, though. But yeah, this Stormtrooper helmet's kind of smelly. The funny thing is I got this thing at Best Buy, but it's so uncomfortable. It's like oversized. It's heavy. And it's making me want to, I don't know. But yep, that's what I'm wearing. Now we're at Cabrera up to the plate. He's batting .243. Yep, I'm really making the Star Wars theme as much as possible. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. That nearly got away, but good stop by Cal Raleigh. And now we are at 1-0. Yep, as you can tell, I'm really Star Wars up. Got the Lord Vader, got the Stormtrooper helmet myself. He is a Yankee fan, as you can tell. Now it's 1-0 for Cabrera. Now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to Tellez. He gets it, and he goes to the bag, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. And I can take off this helmet. Woo! And we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. It is 1-0 Mariners. Time to play some pizza. Oh, maybe this will be a funny video. Now, let me do the pizza. Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
Oh, you're so call me Teresa. I'm sorry. Well, what can I really do? Can't really do much. Also, I have a lot of Star Wars things to show. Like, I'm going to show the game. Got to show a clip. No, it's the Ace commercial. And we are back from the break. Now we're at the bottom of the 2nd inning. They're already reminiscing about Julio Rodriguez's home run. That's great and all, but we've got to move on. Now here's Randy Arozarena up to the plate. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that is strike one. That was a big swing and a miss. And by the way, this is now my 21st game of the season. 79 to go. That is the magic number. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike again. That is now 0-2 on Randy Arozarena. Tiana Pilato, go Seattle Mariners. And indeed. As now we're at 0-1 for Randy Arozarena. And now the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. It looks like one of the pitches didn't count, I guess. As now we're at 1-1 on Randy Arozarena. I thought it was 1-2. Yeah, he's at 1-2. Root Sports is just off. Now we're at 1-2. Yeah, a lot of errors on that Root Sports part. Now we're at 1-1 to 1-2. And now here's popped up and fouled. And it's for sure strike two. Mariners live and die by home runs. They don't really hit much extra bases, which is very unfortunate. As we're at 1-2 on the Arozarena. And the pitch. Way outside for a ball. And that is now 2-2. Oh, you live in New York right now, don't you, Tiana? Do you live in New York, like the downtown New York? As we're at 2-2. And the pitch. Inside, that nearly got him, and that is 3-2. Good eye. I mean, you would think he would not swing at that at all. I would hope not. And now we're at 3-2. And now the pitch. Inside for ball four, take your base as Randy Arozarena gets on base. So New York. What brought you to New York? $1 pizzas, authentic, maybe Italian food, I guess. That's what they got there in New York. And very expensive apartments and houses there, and you don't really have much room, but you have really good walkability. As we got Rowdy Tellez up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. As we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be check swing. Did he go? He did not. As now we're at 1-1. One and one, and now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball foul. One and two. Rowdy Tellez is getting a new bat right now. So your mom is from New York. Dad's from Seattle, Washington. Do you like their $1 pizzas? Are they worth the hype? And I know of a pizza place, I believe, in New York. I don't know if it is in New York, though. But I have to find out. As we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. It's called Crispy Pizza. Have you been to Crispy Pizza? I wonder if there's one in Brooklyn, New York. But yeah, have you been to Crispy Pizza? Established in 1967. So what exactly you do in New York? As we're at 1-2 for Rowdy Tellez. And now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball, 1-2. As we're at 2-2, and now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. And that's going to be out of play. Rowdy Tellez. Now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball, ball 3. As we're at 3-2. And now the pitch. Oh, it's going to be a no call, no pitch. And that was good. That could have been strike 3. Good thing not. As we're at 3-2 for Rowdy Tellez. Now the pitch. And low for ball 4. Take your base. Now you got runners on first and second. And it's going to be up to Leody Taveras. Living in a group home, Tiana. No, I would not want a Randy Arozarena bobblehead. I don't want it for that poser. He's a poser. He's a big-time poser. And now the Yankees are visiting the mound as we're having a chat. I guess he's just trying to remind him that it's just the Mariners. Their offense isn't really that much of value.
That is great offense for the Yankees this year. They pitched too well overall. Also, hope has been a nice surprise for New York. 38 reception, 580
As now we're at Leody Taveras right now. Well, New York Yankees, they're at top of their division right now, so I wouldn't say they suck. And a throw back to second as Randy Arozarena makes it back, and he was thinking about running the third base because the ball got away for a little bit. Here's Taveras. And the pitch, and he's going for a bunting attempt. He gets it right down in a beauty. Toss over the first, and that is in time, but just barely so. And now we got runners on first, second, and third with 1 out. And that puts Dylan Moore in the position to potentially get some things going. Yep, beat New York as the Mariners shall. Leody Taveras did his job. As we got runners on first and second. Here's Dylan Moore and the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. We're at 0-1 the count on Dylan Moore as he just took a strike. Schmidt is now on 33 pitches. And the pitch. And that's going to be a... Did he go? It did not. It's going to be a ball 1. Go Mariners indeed. Let's make it happen. And also BC, Tiana. hit that like button and subscribe to this channel in case if you haven't. And also follow the instructions on that ticker. As we're at 1-1 on Dylan Moore. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. That's going to be a 1-2 on Dylan Moore. We're at 1-2. Time's been called by the umpire. Now the 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. And now there's 2 outs. And it seems that the Mariners are on the verge of wasting a golden opportunity to get at least a run in. And now it's going to be up to Ben Williamson to do the job. But Ben Williamson has come in the clutch before. Let's see if he can do it this time. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. I want to see how Ben Williamson does when he has 2 outs on him. Guess it doesn't show me the splits necessarily. Oh, select the split. And now we are looking at the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to right center field. And that's not going to get anything done. He makes the catch. And that's going to retire the side. Catching that was Aaron Judge. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. It is 1-0 Mariners. And now I'm going to show off me playing Star Wars Ambush at Mos Eisley. Yep, got to get to fly that X-Wing. What I loved about this game back in 1998, 1999 was the variety of flying all these different ships. This game was so much fun back then. I played this game like nonstop when I was a kid. Yep, getting through these probe droids is quite of an adventure. And we are back from the break. I've got to take a break. Taking a break from taking a break. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. There we are. And the 0-2. And that's going to be outside for a ball. And that's going to be 1-2. On to Peraza. Did I even say it right? As we're at 1-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's going to be a strikeout for Emerson Hancock. He has now 3 strikeouts against his 2 walks. And now we've got 1 out. Yeah, they're talking about Star Wars, and that's going to be a foul ball for Grisham. While I give my part of Star Wars content, I'll have some games mixed up. After I play the Mos Eisley mission I was just playing where I'm shooting probe droids with my X-Wing, I'll do another Star Wars game to reminisce. As we're at 0-1, the pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball. And everyone put in the comments, whoever played Star Wars games, tell me which ones you did, or which ones you liked back then. And the 1-1. And now here's a fly ball to center field, and Julio's going back, still going back, and he's going to leap, and he doesn't make the catch. It popped out of his glove, and that's going to be a home run for Grisham. And the Yankees have tied the game, and it's now the Mariners won and the Yankees won, and Julio was about to catch it, and it popped out of his glove. Cannot believe that happened. How do you not get that? Here was Julio going to try to rob that home run. He nearly had it, but it just went right through you. And yeah, Jay Trident Podcast says, may the force be with you all. And Jay Trident, tell me which game you would like me to play on this commercial break. The pitch, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. And actually I have Rogue Squadron right now on priority right now. And now we're at 0-1, and the pitch. And that's going to be a ball. We're at 1-1 right now. Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike two. It's all these low-key Mariners players, or Yankee players that are contributing. Luckily, I think that home run helped me a lot, though, because I have Grisham on my fantasy baseball team, and that gave me a boost right there, as I am now beating McLovin because of that, or the Greg's Great team because of it. As now we're at 1-2 on Aaron Judge, who's already 0-1. He hit a fly ball to Tavares last time around. The pitch. Now here's a liner to left field, and that's going to be a base hit, fair ball, and Aaron Judge is going to go for second base, and Randy Arozarena just lazily picks up the ball, and now you got a runner on second base, and that means I got to put on my Stormtrooper helmet whenever Yankees have a runner on base. Oh boy, my neck is going to have neck problems. I'm going to end up seeing a chiropractor because of this. This ain't fun. It's making me nervous. This is how I'm torturing myself. Aaron Judge has 12 doubles, 3 triples, and 14 home runs. He is quite the beast, isn't he? And now next up to the plate is going to be Rice. And now the pitch. Now here's a liner to right field, but that's going to be caught by Tavares. Aaron Judge will stay at second. And now we've got 2 outs. But the question is, can the Mariners get out of this inning? You're going to have to do it against the great Cody Bellinger, or was you know it's going to be Paul Goldschmidt, who's up to the plate, and he's off to a good start this season as well. Kind of hard to see through these eyes of the Stormtrooper helmet. As now we have 2 outs. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to Emerson Hancock. Toss over the first in time, and that's going to retire the side. But the Yankees do get on the board to tie this ball game, as Julio Rodriguez failed to make that catch. And now, time to go into the commercial break. No, my faith is pretty much gone, unfortunately. All right, let's do this. Let's finish this mission. All right, just got to shoot this one last probe droid. Oh, crap. Look, the TIE bombers are attacking Mos Eisley. What did Mos Eisley even do to deserve this? I'm just gonna shoot them out with my proton torpedoes. Yep, just gonna do that. And then I'm gonna shoot these last TIE bombers. Yeah, I just did that. There we go. I just won. There we go. Woo! We did it. We saved Mos Eisley. Nice work, Rogue Squadron. We might make a name for ourselves after all. There we go. Mission complete, baby. That's what I did. My accuracy, my enemies destroyed, bad. Friendly saves, bad. I let a building get destroyed. And now we're going to be back. Actually, we are back from the break. Okay, can you stop showing Julio? Not only, yeah, sure, he hit a home run, but he also gave up a home run because he doesn't know how to rob a home run anymore. And now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball for J.P. Crawford. I'll mix it up and play Shadows of the Empire.
Shuffling Star Wars.
And the pitch.
The Empire by Joel.
And that is going to be a strike. Alexa, stop. As we're at 1-1. And the pitch to J.P. Crawford. And that is going to be a strike. We're at 1-2 for JP. We're at 1-2. And the pitch. Low for a ball. That's going to be now 2-2. Now we're at 2-2. For JP. And the pitch. And low for a ball. As we're at 3-2. And the pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball right to second base. And the toss over the first going to be in time. All right, I know a mission for you to play. Jay Triton, if you're there, I'll play Shadows of the Empire for you. As we're at 1-1 on Jorge Polanco. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to right field. Is that enough? That is gone. That is a home run for Jorge Polanco. He finally gets a home run. That is home run number 10. And the Mariners reclaim the lead to make it 2-1 against the New York Yankees. And that shot was literally a laser. That was more like a missile coming out of an A-wing. Does anyone ever understand what that is? And the Mariners, yep, take a 2-1 lead. And I am happy to say, and they make up for it after the Mariners gave up that home run. And Jorge, good to see him back in it. And now it's going to be next is Julio Rodriguez. Let's see if he can do it again. He hit that home run. You owe us for that, for missing out on that robbed home run. So you got to make up for it. You got to hit another one, Julio, like you did last inning. The pitch. And he really tried, but he got fooled on that slider. And that's going to be strike one to Julio Rodriguez. That was actually a sweeper, which is basically a slider, I guess. Now we're at 0-1. Yep, Mariners. All this game has been literally by home runs. Jorge Polanco now has 10 home runs. And now the 0-1. And that's a fly ball foul. That was right smack down the middle. He really should have got something on that one. Really should have got a home run there. Julio's strike zone is normally in the middle or in the inside. As now we're at 0-2 for Julio. The question is, can he redeem himself after giving up a home run? And now the pitch. Low for a ball, 1-2. They're trying to get him the chase. As now we're at 1-2 for Julio Rodriguez. Mariners have actually home run as much as they did against Toronto Blue Jays. As now we're in the 1-2. Outside for a ball, 3-2. I'm really glad Julio didn't just try to swing at that one. As now we're at 2-2. Now we're at 2-2. And that's a fly ball foul. He had to swing at that one. He got him on a cutter. Alexa, what's a cutter?
As a noun, cutter can have a few meanings.
Alexa, stop. As we're at 2-2 for Julio Rodriguez. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is going to be 2 outs. But up next is going to be big dumper Cal Raleigh. Let's see if he can use that torpedo bat out of his X-Wing. I would think torpedo. I would think Cal Raleigh would be like a Y-Wing. Julio would be an X-Wing. Now I wonder who's an A-Wing. Wow, Polanco. Someone caught the Polanco home run ball. And now the pitch to Cal Raleigh. And now here's a fly ball to right field, but Aaron Judge catches it. And that's going to retire the side. But the Mariners get a run. And they are now leading 2-1. And now, time for me to show off Star Wars again. Here is Shadows of the Empire. Here, I'll do this one. Ichiro really would have been an A-Wing. But Teresa, do you remember this game? The Empire has destroyed our main generator. The shield door is closed. We cannot take off. You must activate. Yep. Okay, go. I gotta. Here's Dash Rendar. Yeah, he was a bro, all right. Shooting all these snow troopers. They're tough to hit. Come on. There you go. Teresa, tell me what game do you remember, and I will either play the game if I have it or play the YouTube, because at least the copywriters don't really care about me streaming a game, because people stream game for content these days. And people make a living out of it by playing a video game, basically. I just got to remember. This was for Jay Trident mostly. Man, I forgot. What am I... Okay, this is frustrating. I forgot how to open a stupid door. There we go. Oh, and we are back from the break. But yeah, Teresa, tell me which Star Wars game you do remember. As we got Bellinger, who actually leads it. And now we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Hey, Daniel Barry, do you remember any Star Wars games you played when you were a kid? Because now we're at 1-1. And interestingly enough, Clay Bellinger, Cody Bellinger's father, actually also played for the world champion New York Yankees. And he actually saw a home run go over his head. It was Edgar Martinez on August 29th, 2000, where he hit that grand slam home run off of Jeff Nelson. Now the 1-1. And that's going to be outside for a ball. As now we're at 2-1 for Cody Bellinger. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled as we're at 2-2. Cody Bellinger was a longtime Dodger, and then he had some struggling years with the Dodgers as well. He one point hit almost 50 home runs. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. That is now strikeout number 4 for Emerson Hancock. And now we've got one out against those Evil Empire New York Yankees. 4 strikeouts for Emerson. And the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. PlayStation 2 was your first console. You remember you had Battlefront, Bounty Hunters, Jedi Starfighter. Yep. As we're at 1-0, and we're talking about the OG one. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. That is for Volpe. And now we're at 1-1, the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball and fouled. N64, but only at Friends before. I assume that you may have played Pod Racers, Rogue Squadron, as we're at 1-2, the pitch. And nearly missing it for a ball. And that is going to be 2-2 on Volpe. And if only I had some more people on this chat room so I can show about the Empire being not the bad guys, the pitch. And that is going to be a 97-mile-an-hour fastball as he's getting that fastball up there. Pod Racers. I'll take you up on Pod Racers. And now we are looking at the 3-2 pitch. And that is going to be ball 4, take your base. It was really close. Yep, I'm going to get you of course, I will be Anakin Skywalker. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. I'll do pod racing for you. Now we're at 1-1. Oh, 1-0-1. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And now Emerson Hancock has a chance for strikeout number 5. As we're at 0-2. Yankees are the leaders on the offense. Now we're at 0-2. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is going to be strikeout number 5 for Emerson Hancock. And he's actually pitching pretty well. He has 60 pitches, though, so he's not pitching that much efficient, however. Which Star Wars film was the best? Everyone wants to say Empire Strikes Back. We're at 2-1. And the throw to first. And that's going to be not in time. Empire Strikes Back is up there. Hot take. I actually think Phantom Menace was actually revolutionary with their politics. It was just way ahead of its time. As we're at 0-1, the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. I don't know. What's your favorite? I'm going to say it's either Empire or Phantom Menace. The 1-0. That's going to be 2-0 the count. And we all know that the battle for Naboo was an inside job by Palpatine. He wanted to be victimized so he can get the campaign advantage. And now the pitch for to be Chancellor, because Chancellor Valorum, he was quite incompetent. He was corrupt. And basically the ones who ran the Republic were a bunch of corrupt delegates. And Palpatine had to put an end to them. I know that sounds horrible to say, but he didn't have a choice. He wanted to restore law and order to the galaxy. And the 2-1 outside for a ball 3-1. This is the struggles that we're seeing out of Emerson Hancock. And I'm afraid to say that he may not even last 5 or 6 innings. He'll be lucky to get 5 with the way he's been pitching. Now here's Cabrera. And now the pitch. And that is ball 4. Take your base. And now we got a runner in scoring position. Phantom Menace was purely because your first film that came out in your lifetime. Best movie is Rogue. The problem I have with Rogue One was they didn't give Donnie Yen a lightsaber. And obviously my least favorite ones are... Okay, Force Awakens was at least fun to watch. It was at least watchable. Last Jedi I hated. And Rise of Skywalker I hated even more. Like, I hated what Disney has done to Star Wars, unfortunately. As now we got Oswald Peraza. He's got a chance to do some damage. And I'm unfortunately going to torture myself wearing the Stormtrooper helmet. As I gotta... Man, this is going to be painful. Watching the Yankees do their thing. As now we're at 2-1 the count. He is 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position, so maybe there's a chance to get out of it by Emerson Hancock. And now the pitch. And that's going to be fly ball to right field, but Taveras is going to be there. And he makes the catch. And I got to go to the bathroom, but until then, I want you to take a look at this video that gives the Empire their side of the story while I go to the bathroom.
I'll never join you, Father. You're evil.
There you go again, always calling what I do evil. Can you name one thing I've done that wasn't completely justified?
What? The Death Star, for one.
The Death Star was more of a scare tactic than anything. I mean, how many planets did you really see us blow up with that thing?
You blew up Alderaan.
Oh, you mean the planet harboring fucking terrorists? Yeah, we blew that thing up.
Okay, Ben Kenobi? Completely killed him.
Oh, you mean the master fucking wizard who infiltrated our base with a lightsaber? Yeah, not really innocent there, was he?
You blew up like half of my friends flying around in their ships.
You mean the terrorists that were attacking us? Yeah.
You froze Han in carbonite.
Oh, come on, don't even go there. He was wanted for like millions of things. I was doing the galaxy a favor there.
I mean, you've killed so many rebels. I mean...
Terrorists.
But then you sliced my hand off, but you didn't kill... Damn, I guess you're not... I don't know. This is really fucking with me right now.
Yeah, really opened your eyes there, didn't I? But it's okay, son. We can join forces and we can rule this galaxy as
Killed a bunch
fathers.
of children once. Whoa!
Oh, come on, that's cheating.
Yep. So what'd you think? Did that change your mind about the Empire? Force Awakens, yeah, a rehash of A New Hope. It basically was. That's why it was so bad. It was a lazy copy and paste movie. Star Killer base, like, really? And they already killed it off. And now we are back from the break. Now here's Randy Arozarena as we are back from the break. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. He walked in the second inning. He was actually in scoring position, but then Mariners got 2 outs in a row to end the inning. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep right field, and Judge makes the catch, and that's going to be 1 out. My status is up in the air for tomorrow, whether or not I would make it to the game. Rowdy Tellez is now up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Rowdy Tellez is batting 200 with 6 home runs and 19 RBIs. So he has actually contributed for the Mariners. But he's got to do more. As we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. Up high for a ball. And that is going to be a 1-1 count. As we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And the 1-2. And that's going to be a foul ball again. As now we're at 1-2 for Rowdy Tellez. Now the pitch. Low for a ball, 2-2. Mariners have got to rebound and win. And now we are at the 2-2 pitch. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball, to more like a pop-up. And Cabrera is there to make the catch. And around the league, we got the Astros losing to the Royals in the bottom of the 9th inning. They're on their last try. It just started. Padres are beating the Angels. Rangers have defeated the Colorado Rockies. And it looks like the A's have a day off so far. And now we got Leody Taveras. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. He had a sacrifice bunt last inning, which didn't go against his average. He's batting .237 with 1 home run and 11 RBIs since joining the Mariners. As now we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. That's going to be outside for a ball. Mariners have been playing very well in the division, 13-5. Yankees are just 7-6. As we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Here's a ground ball foul. Now it's going to be 1-2. The down to the final strike for this inning. As we're at 1-2. And the pitch. Low for a ball, 2-2. As now we're at 2-2. And the pitch. Low for a ball. That nearly got him, and that's going to be 3-2, the full count on Leody Taveras. Now it's 3-2. And the pitch. It's going to be a foul ball. Tavares is working on a 3-2, and I already said that. And 3-2. Now here's a liner to right field and fouled. And while we're waiting for that next pitch, check out the Y wing I got. I have actually 2 more of them. And now we're at 3-2. 8th pitch coming up. Now the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled again. And it could be playable. And he does make the catch. Wow, right by the belt buckle, he makes the catch. And that will retire the side. And Teresa, if you're still there, I will play Star Wars Pod Racing. Yeah, this Anakin, he's really fun to play with. Yep, I'm racing it all right. And I'm already winning. This is my favorite track, Boonta Eve, whatever they call it. And Mos Espa was not Mos Eisley. Mos Espa was another city. Now it's time for me to... Oh! You know, damage your engine, right? Yep, I'm going... Oh, no. Yeah, I gotta cool it. It's a new lap record! Swinomish Casino. Never been there. Oh, we are back from the break. That really alienate people away? Seeing graphics are so bad, but many memories. Well, the games today have supposedly better graphics, but games are not even that good anymore. Like the Star Wars games now have really fallen apart. As now we're at 1-2 on Trent Grisham. He's batting .280 with 11 home runs as he hit a home run before earlier in the game as Julio tried to catch that. As now we're at 1-2. Yeah, everything else is terrible with all that microtransaction garbage. As now we're at 0-2. And the pitch. And that's going to be a ball. And the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball belted to center field. And Julio has to go back to the track. And does he? No, he doesn't catch it again. And Grisham is going to have another home run. And the game is tied at 2-2. Trent Grisham beats up Julio again. And this game is tied. And this game just goes back and forth. As Grisham is actually helping my fantasy baseball team. It was a good pitch, but he just happened to get up on it. And Julio is like, his lack of effort's really showing. Like his effort has been lackluster. And the pitch to Judge. Now here's a line drive to left field. And does he catch it or did he trap it? Looks like it did hit the ground, so he did trap it. And now you got a runner on first base with nobody out. Yep, Arozarena trapped it. Yep, Hancock has not been pitching good at all. This is not one of his better games. He has 71 pitches and just 5 innings. And that in five innings, it's just 4 full innings so far. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball for Rice. I now have 2 home runs, literally carried by one guy. That is Trent Grisham in the 0-1. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Judge is terrifying against fastballs. And now the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball. As we're at 1-2. And the pitch. Now here's a liner to right field, and that is going to be a base hit, and that could be scoring in Aaron Judge. He's still running. Leody Taveras has got to hurry up, and could be no, and Aaron Judge is going to stay at third base. And now we got runners on second and third with nobody out. Now I gotta wear that Stormtrooper helmet just to torture myself even further. Doesn't even, it really is uncomfortable. It really hurts to wear this thing. And I gotta wear it like that. It's gonna be squishing my nose and tickling it. And now we got Dan Wilson. Looks like he's coming out to the mound. Is that Pete Woodworth? I would just take the bat away from Goldschmidt at this point and get after Bellinger. You have no outs. You got to force a double play. Commander Cody, the time has come. Execute Order 66. Yes, my lord. Because now we are... If I would take the bat away, I would intentionally walk him. Don't let Goldschmidt hit, because he can do some damage easily. As now the pitch. And now here's a liner to left field, and that is going to be a base hit. That's going to score an Aaron Judge. And now we have a throw, and that's going to be cut off by Williamson. And now the Yankees lead 3-2. Where are we at? So it's 1:30. Yep, that's why I said do the intentional walk. Should have took the bat away, but Dan Wilson doesn't play with strategy. And even with a double play ball, you can still score in that run. So take the bat away from Cody Bellinger. Now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. And why aren't you intentionally walking him? You just have Volpin up and everyone else has not even gotten a hit yet. So take the bat away from Cody Bellinger. Hancock had 77 pitches. The pitch. And now here's a liner to right field. And that's going to be a base hit. Another run is going to score. And the Yankees now have a 4-2 lead. And again, why aren't you intentionally walking? Had you listened to me, it'd still be 2-2. Maybe. I don't know. And this really hurts. Bellinger just continues to add to it. Angie, shut up. You don't know anything about baseball. Yep, the game is getting out of control. That's what happens when you have an offense that lives and dies by the home run. Now we got Austin Volpe. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. Hey, remember about that whole, oh, it's just one bad series. It's just one bad series. Oh, look, guess where we're at? We're on the verge of losing the series already. And now we got an 0-1. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. You didn't like being a commander anyway? What are you talking about, Josho? As we're at 0-2. And Josh, tell me what's your favorite Star Wars games right now. We're at 0-2. And the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to right field, and Taveras is there, and he makes the catch, and the Mariners finally get their first out, but a runner does go to third base. Oh boy. This isn't good. This is not good. Now we got the next batter. It's not Austin Volpe, I can tell you that. Volpe just hit. Now it's Austin Wells up to the plate. Oh. So tired of these umps being Gresham. Should have been out this whole inning. Yep. Well, you can't use that excuse. The pitch, and that's going to be popped up and fouled. Can't make any excuses, Kevin. I just can't do it. I cannot make excuses. Team is just not good. And I knew that their initial success was heavily unsustainable. As now we're at 0-1 for Austin Wells, the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball, 1-1. No, I'm not blaming the umpire on anything. Maybe don't screw up with runners in scoring position. Now the 1-1 and a swing and a miss, strike two. I mean, why didn't Dan Wilson intentionally walk Paul Goldschmidt and Cody Bellinger? At least give them a chance for a double play. The state of Star Wars right now, yeah, it's an absolute disaster. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball belted to right center field, and Julio is going to field it. No! And that's going to be a 3-run home run for Austin Wells. And the Yankees are just completely breaking this open to make it 7-2. And so much for the Mariners having a 2-1 lead. And this game has been completely broken open. And the Empire has conquered the Rebels. Like, this is probably worse than the Battle of Hoth, where the Imperial Walkers are just completely wrecking the Rebels. Yeah, Julio can't field at all. It's like his effort has been very lackluster at best. I'm just saying what time it was when they did that. And now it's 7-2, and the Mariners are just getting absolutely just obliterated. And now we've got Cabrera, and now the pitch. And now here's a ground ball right to the second baseman. He tosses it to first in time, and now that's going to be 2 outs. The evil Empire is completely destroying the Rebels right now. 7-2. This is how I feel right now. Go get Kirby and Gilbert, and probably with 2 wins against those Blue Jays away, easy. You don't know that because the offense also doesn't really give them much run support either. Because now we're at 0-1, and this game is completely just running away. And now the 0-1. Now here's a ground ball right to Ben Williamson. He has it, throw to first, and that will finally retire the side as the Yankees just put up 6 runs in just 1 freaking inning. And now it is a 7-2 lead. Yeah, that was 6 innings, 6 runs right there. And let me finish my pod racing game, because I still have that to finish up. Yep, I'm flying with my Anakin Skywalker pod racer. Come on, let's go. Whoa, I almost crashed. I'm on lap 2 of 3. I got to get that. Woo, I got that, baby. And now I'm going to go full speed. Nope. Yep, I just abusing my engines. Okay, I really got to do this. Am I going any faster? Nope. Oh, final lap. Let's go, Anakin. Let's do it. I'm doing it. Racing it. Let's go. This is better than commercial break. This is what I'm giving you. More than a commercial break. Yep. Hey, Josh, put in all the Star Wars games that you played as a kid, and I'll see if I can either play it or just put it on YouTube, I guess. But I guess it's more authentic when I actually play it. Come on, Anakin. Let's get through it. Oh, yeah, you see that, baby. And we are back from the break, and yeah. And this game is absolutely just an absolute crap show. Oh, come on. Stop blaming the umpire. It's not the umpire's fault that the Mariners just suck right now. I'm not putting anything on the umpire. It's the Mariners that need to hold themselves accountable. Let's not play the victim. Now here's Dylan Moore up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that is going to be outside for a ball. You know, maybe I can try to get Lego Star Wars up on my game. I'm going to see if I have it. As now we're at 1-0 on Dylan Moore. And now the pitch. And now here's a liner to right field, and Aaron Judge is going to catch that. Makes the catch, and that's going to be one away. Eric Wall's evening. God dang it. Yep. I didn't play these games as a kid, but Phantom Menace or Stupid Funny. Yeah. You kill everyone except the queen. You can kill everyone. You just can't kill the queen. Same thing with the game Obi-Wan. Remember that game? I just killed your master. Now it's time for you to die, young Jedi. And that's going to be a strike. Let's see if I even have that Star Wars game. It's going to take me a while to find it, though. As now we're at 0-1 for Ben Williamson. And now the pitch. And that was right in there for a strike. Why didn't you even swing at that? For sakes, swing at something. Now we're at 0-2 for Ben Williamson. Mariners are in a stretch where they haven't even won a game since the Sacramento series. The pitch and a big swing and a miss, strike three. Did this team just call quits already? Hey, if the Yankees can score 6 runs at T-Mobile effing Park, then why not you? About that. And now here's J.P. Crawford up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Wonder if I can find the game, the Lego Star Wars game, so I can maybe stream it onto my screen. And the pitch again. And that's going to be in there for a strike. 0-2 the count. Now we're at 0-2. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike three. They're just doing awful swings. And that's going to retire this side. It makes me convincing myself that the Mariners have already called it quits. It's very uninspiring to see baseball like that. All right, let's finish this off, Anakin Skywalker. Come on, let's go. Gonna go on full speed. All right, let's go, 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 go. And I won! Woo! I did it. And Josh, this is for you.
I'll never join you, Father. You're evil.
There you go again, always calling what I do evil. Can you name one thing I've done that wasn't completely justified?
What? The Death Star for one.
The Death Star was more of a scare tactic than anything. I mean, how many planets did you really see us blow up with that thing?
You blew up
Oh,
Alderaan.
you mean the planet harboring fucking terrorists? Yeah, we blew that thing up.
Okay. Ben Kenobi. Completely killed him.
Ben. Oh, you mean the master fucking wizard who infiltrated our base with a lightsaber? Yeah. Not really innocent there, was he?
You blew up like half of my friends flying around in their ships.
You mean the terrorists that were attacking us? Yeah.
You froze Han in
Oh,
carbonite.
come on, don't even go there. He was wanted for like millions of things. I was doing him the galaxy a favor there.
I mean, you've killed so many rebels. I mean,
Terrorists.
but then you sliced my hand off, but you didn't kill. Damn. I guess you're not. I don't know. This is really fucking with me right now.
Yeah, really opened your eyes there, didn't I? But it's okay, son. We can join forces and we can rule this galaxy as
Killed a bunch
father.
of children once.
Whoa!
Oh, come on, that's cheating.
So you guys think the Empire were the good guys? And we are back from the break. And I think it's safe to say that Emerson Hancock's night has just ended. No, he was really bad. This team was bad. Like, Julio's defense was really bad. 7 earned runs. Yeah, this is a bad game for Emerson Hancock. And you got Angie Mentic trying to freaking just sugarcoat the whole damn thing. There's nothing to sugarcoat. It was just bad. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. And now we're at 1-2. Trent Grisham has an opportunity to make it 3 home runs in a game. And now the pitch. And Josh, don't fall for it. Oh, yeah, it was probably the game from Pandemic Games, which EA bought out, unfortunately. Yeah, the Battlefront that we know and love is gone because EA destroyed it. Now the 2-2. And that's going to be a foul ball, still 2-2. Here's a tweet from Luke Arkins. He got lots of chatters about the Mariners offense cooling off. There are probably multiple reasons why it happened, but let's not forget the most obvious thing. T-Mobile Park, it's not an excuse, but it's the factor. No, it's an excuse. As we're at 2-2 and a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that was Legumina. Okay, here, I'll copy and paste it, and you tell me if this is an excuse. See if that's an excuse. I think it's a horrible excuse. Blaming it on a stadium? No, it's because your hitters are just really bad. And now the pitch to Aaron Judge, and that is a ball. So many baseballs have dropped like Sanders in a draft, I guess. As we're at 1-0 for Aaron Judge. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a ball. Trying to figure out how to stream the game. And that's going to be 2-0 for Legumina. And the pitch. And that's going to be strike 2. I might be able to get Lego Star Wars onto my game. So baseball's up. Yeah, I already read that. We're at 2-2. Why film the game? Just enjoy the moment. There's a fan filming the game. As we're at 2-2, and now the pitch. Low for a ball, 3-2. The reason why we know it's basically done is the PSP version of Battle 3 came out. Wii version leaked it last year. It was almost done. There's also supposed to be a Rogue Squadron 3 on the Wii as well. Now the 3-2. And that is ball 4, take your base. The most annoying part of the Mariners going on a bad stretch. Now the pitch. That is Rice, and that's going to be a ball. Start blaming. And now the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. I really hate it when that happens because then the Mariners start to play the victim and they just blame their stadium rather than hold themselves accountable. Here's a ground ball, could be double play ball. Throw to second, throw to first. That is in time for the double play, and that's going to retire the side. I'm going to go find my Lego Star Wars game. Yeah, let's do that right now. Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful fingers.
Jedi Battle Powers, Revenge of the Sith. I can't find that Star Wars game. Maybe it's somewhere. I'm going to keep looking for it till I find it. There's a Star Wars game on the 360. But I guess I'll show you. And we are back from the break. Here's Jorge Polanco, and he did hit a home run earlier in this game, but now that's the thing of the past as we're at 1-2. And now the pitch, and that is going to be a strike. Went 1-1. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to third base. Toss over the first in time. Mariners continue to play very uninspiring baseball. Can't find my Star Wars game. Gonna have to just go through this entire box. I don't even think that this is even my entire library of Xbox 360 games. So here's what I got. This is my Edgar Martinez thing. That's not it, obviously. And now it's going to be a swing and a miss. And Julio Rodriguez is really going to have to step up because you have to make up for 2 home runs that you should have robbed. And you didn't do it because you're a lazy fool. NBA 2K9, NBA 2K7. Now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to the pitcher. Tossed over the first in time. You could have hustled that. Watching Julio and his lack of hustle is just really frustrating. And yet it's T-Mobile Park's fault. That's what I'm told, is T-Mobile Park is the one to blame. I hate it when people are blaming T-Mobile Park. It's not the stadium's fault. What are you going to do? I've been asking Luke Arkins for an actual solution. He doesn't have one. He obviously doesn't like me. I know that. But a lot of Mariner people don't. None of them ever will. Now we have Cal Raleigh up to the plate. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. We're at 1-0 for the big dumper by Schmidt, who is still pitching, by the way. And now the pitch. Outside for a ball, and that is now 2-0 the count on Cal Raleigh. Tomorrow I plan to come back to do the game, but it depends. It's very contingent on what my schedule is tomorrow. I might have softball practice with my team. Now we're at 2-0. Now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball foul. Really need Cal Raleigh to get some kind of inspiring thing going, but the Mariners are playing very uninspiring baseball. As we got Eduardo Bizardo in the bullpen, and that's when you know that the game is over. And now we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Ball 3. And now the pitch. And now it's going to be popped up, and that's not going to get it done. And Grisham makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. I'm going to find that Lego Star Wars game. I will find it if I can.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki tiki with barbecue chicken. You put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki tiki. Tiki tiki with pineapple, garlic, feta cheese, artichoke hearts, and the chicken. And we're gonna spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May. Look what I found. Star Wars: The Complete Saga. Let's play it and fire it up, baby. Let's have a game that we can all relate to, right, Joshy? This team is absolutely, unfortunately, hopeless, is all I can say. I'm going to charge my controller. I'll play a little bit of Lego Star Wars during commercial breaks, as the Yankees are going to be playing. They're batting. They're up 7-2 right now. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Here, I'm going to text this to Luke. I would genuinely like to know what kind of a solution you have to the stadium problem. I am extremely curious. And that's going to be a ball. Bizzardo, you know, when he's on, the game's pretty much over. As we're at 1-2. Even you know about the Microsoft Store sticker. As we're at 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. And now here's a liner to center field, and that is going to be a base hit. And the Mariners' lack of urgency is really showing. Did you know that Lego Star Wars 1 came out a month before Revenge of the Sith? So spoilers. Just like the video game Revenge of the Sith also came out just before the movie came out. So, yeah, if you wanted to play the game, but you didn't want to get spoiled for the movie, then you can't play the game until you watch the movie. Now here's Cody Bellinger up to the plate, and that's going to be in there for a strike. Oh, 1 to Cody Bellinger, the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball again. As soon as Lego Star Wars installs, I will get that game going. As we're at 1-1. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. Yep, that could have been Star Wars' prime, in my opinion. 2005, their games were great. Their movies were good. They even had a Clone Wars TV series. Like, everything was going right with Star Wars. As we're at 1-2 to Bellinger, the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Yeah, and then Disney killed it off. Obi-Wan was my final straw. And it also should have been when they fired Gina Carano. That also should have been my final straw. And now the 1-2. And now the pitch. And I also loved about the TV series Clone Wars. It was actually a great lead up to Revenge of the Sith. If you remember the one from 2003 with Shaggy with it in it. Yeah, I get it that it's just three bad games, now 4 bad games, but do you want to add up to 5 or 6 bad games? Like, this could go on a trend. And now the 2-2, and that's going to be a foul ball. Yeah, Clone Wars had really good writing. I respected it. And now we're at 2-2, the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball, and Bellinger continues to fight it off. Both Clone Wars series were great. They were. My favorite one was the OG one from 2003 to 2005. I thought those were great. As we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. And now here's a liner, and that's going to be a foul ball. Like my pen is running out of ink. Now the 2-2. And that is strike 3 called, and Cody Bellinger knew it. And now that's going to be 1 out. Dave Sims making his first return to Seattle. Why does no one criticize the pitching, only the offense? Hey, I'm still holding the pitching accountable too. Rebels was all right when it became like landmines of good, great series and really bad ones like some recent ones. I thought it was bad anyway. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. You have the runner going to third base, and now you got runners on first and third. And now it just gets absolutely hopeless. I also have the Lego Star Wars game fired up right now. And once I get it to that point, then I will I'll present it. Excuse me. Yeah, but that's a standard that we should not be setting, Kevin Kirby. And Kevin Kirby, I want you to think about what you think of this. This was by Luke Arkins of Twitter, who's basically, I think, the male version of Shannon Dreher, to be honest with you. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 2 on Austin Wells, who hit that huge 3-run home run. Now we're at 0-2. One out and 2-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up. And that should be Williamson. Nope. Doesn't make the catch. Now we're at 0-2 for Austin Wells. And now the pitch. Now here's a liner to left field, and Rosarena makes the catch, tagging at third, and he's going to go home, and he goes way clearly home. And the Yankees add another run. It's going to be 8-2. And this game is pretty much just getting really carried away. I thought Mandalorian, in my opinion, was overrated. I didn't think it was that good. I haven't even rewatched it. I don't think it has any replay value. Especially when it was, and then they milked it with season 3. I didn't even watch season 3. I haven't watched a single Star Wars of anything since Obi-Wan. Now here's Cabrera. Now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. I mean, the Star Wars that I really like, we're talking like Grand Admiral Thrawn, the Thrawn series, the Legends series. I'm a Legends guy. The pitch. And that's going to be popped up to left field, and Williamson should be there, and he makes the catch. And, yep, the Yankees are continuing to torture the Mariners. And now I'm going to show you the game if I can. All right, let's see if this works. All right, here it is. Playing Star Wars. Now I'm going to fight against the invasion of Naboo. Oh, I might get copyrighted to death. It's not even showing the... I don't even think... Can you guys hear the music and the sound? Yeah, this is what I'm playing right now. I don't even know if you can even hear it. No, I don't want to be Qui-Gon. I want to be Obi-Wan Kenobi. I guess just follow this. Yeah, killing battle droids is fun. I love using the Force. Oh, man, I don't get paid for that? I'm entitled. The longest losing streak, I think, was 3. And that was in 2001 against the A's. As I'm just killing off battle droids. Oh, you can use the Force to destroy thing. Oop, I got a power up. Oh, and we are back from the break. I really got to torture myself watching this Mariners game as we are in... Are we in the 7th inning now? I read this thing, take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root. Here is the first pitch for the Mariners. It's a ball. If or strike, and if they don't win, it's a ship. Yeah, they lost this game. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Yeah, whatever. Now we're at 0-1, and now the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Acolyte, I didn't even give a second of Acolyte. Don't even remind me of Acolyte. Acolyte was embarrassing. And they try to run that political movement of like, oh, you guys only hate Acolyte because you're just uncomfortable. It's like, what? And now we're at 0-2, the pitch. Now here's a liner, and that's going to be a foul ball. Warriors are beating the Minnesota Timberwolves right now, aren't they? Now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. Now we're at 1-2. And the pitch. And that is a ball. Boba Fett, I thought, had potential, had a good first half, and then it turned into Mandalorian 2.5. I was like, no, this is garbage. As we're at 2-2. How about Star Wars Legends, the 2-2? Now here's a fly ball to right field, and that is going to drop in for a base hit. And Randy Arozarena is going to get to second base for a stand-up double. And now the Mariners finally have someone on runners in scoring position. And let's see if the Mariners can make some kind of a rally. They are 9 outs away from losing this game. But let's see if the Mariners can be resilient and make some kind of a comeback. A rally, you're hilarious. Yeah, probably, but you never know, right? 92 pitches for Schmidt and Arozarena. Why are you hugging the umpire? Like, I don't like this. Why is Arozarena just goofing around? And when you're losing, like, you're not taking this seriously. It's not funny. And it's going to be a pitching change, and time for me to show off Star Wars things again. All right, let's do this. Destroying things. Oh, I got $1,000 out of, or 1,000 coins. Whatever this is. Oh, I'm going to meet Jar Jar Binks probably. Yep, there's Jar Jar Binks right there. But yep, I'm playing Lego Star Wars just for you, Joshy. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this, because it's Star Wars night. That's hence the title. All right, let's see where we're at. I lost all my power-ups. I built a bridge. Got some money. At least Jar Jar Binks can jump. And we are back from the break. And here we are. Next pitcher we got for the Yankees. Now here's Rowdy Tellez up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 2. He walked in the second inning. Now his batting average is below 200. Now we're at 0-2, the pitch. And that gets away, and Randy Arozarena stays at second base. I'm going to post this right now. Am I the only one that gets annoyed when Randy Arozarena keeps goofing? And now here's a ground ball, and that is going to be fielded by the shortstop. Throw to first in time, but that moves Randy Arozarena to third base. Shoot. I find it very concerning when Randy Arozarena goofs around when the Mariners are losing badly. Now here is Taveras, and that nearly got him, and that's going to be a ball. And now we're at 1-0. And that's going to be a 1-1, I think, actually. As we're at 1-1 and the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. That's going to be 1-2. The games are making the Mariners way more bearable. Wonder what you mean. As we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to be 2 outs. And this game itself is just completely it's just unwatchable. Like, this game has just not been fun to watch at all. Now there's Dylan Moore up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. And that's going to be 1-0. Dylan Moore is 0 for 2. And this Mariners offense has finally shown its unsustainability. The pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Wasn't even paying attention to that one. Now I'm just getting emotionless about it. And now the 1-1. And now here's a fly ball to right field. And that is actually going to be dropping in for a base hit. And Randy Arozarena scores, and the Mariners finally score. They bring it to within 5, and it's 8-3. And looks like Aaron Judge, no, he's okay. But Dylan Moore does actually drive in a run. And must I give you this? Now we're at 0-2. 0 for 2 is Ben Williamson, again, going up against Leiter Jr. Is it Mark Leiter Jr.? Who is batting .247 with 1 home run and 11 RBIs. And the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. Andor was good if you don't mind the slower show. Heard Andor was good, but Disney Star Wars already just kind of ruined. It's just lost. As we're at 1-0, the pitch. That was a huge curveball, knuckle curve, and that is going to be a strike. That looked like that was just a big standard curveball. As we're at 1-1. And the pitch. Now here's a ground ball foul. Now it's strike 2 with 2 outs, by the way. I really hate it when people talk about T-Mobile issues, but yet the Yankees didn't have a problem scoring 8 runs. And now the 1-2. Now here's a ground ball right to the shortstop, toss over the second. That's going to be in time. And that's going to retire the side as we go to the next inning, 8-3.
They are the sports medicine experts for our city's top athletes. Our sports medicine team helps the Mariners stay healthy and supports all of the fans too, helping everyone stay in the game. So, if you are a current, retired, or casual athlete, having the right team behind you can make all the difference. Stay in the game. Visit bmfh.org/Mariners to find a sports medicine expert today.
Now I'm just being Jar Jar Binks. He's giving me stuff. Giving some money too. I love cutting up all these battle droids. Unfortunately, this might just be the highlight of this entire live stream, is just me showing off Star Wars games. That's how sad this is. ESPN's trying to buy NFL Network. Had no idea, Kevin Kirby. Sounds like a horrible thing to hear. Yeah, ESPN's very desperate at this point. And now here's the pitch. Now here's a ground ball foul. Now, if the Mariners do make up for it by taking 2 of 3 after this game, then I might forgive it. I would think that Brian Wu is going to be next. And now we're at 0-1. And that's going to be a foul ball as we're at 0-2 as Eduardo Bizardo is allowed another inning. Why? Because they're just trying to eat up the innings because they know that this game is pretty much done. Is now we're at 0-2. And the pitch. Now here's a foul ball. That's going to be still 0-2. I'm honestly tired of that Star Wars game already. And the NFL will get a share in ESPN. Wow. As we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Up high for a ball. Speak of NFL-owned things, did anyone ever remember watching Draft Day, the movie? I thought that was a horrible movie. And the way that Kevin Costner did his drafting, I thought it was horrible too. Sonny Weaver Jr., give me a break. As we're at 1-2. And the pitch. And now here's a liner to left field, and that is going to drop in for a base hit. And now you got a runner on second base, and with only nobody out. I just want this game to be end, to be honest with you. Like, I'm done with it. Tim Hill is now in the bullpen. for the Yankees. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. And now we're at 1-0. And the pitch. Low for a ball again. That's going to be 2-0. And the energy of this game just feels really dead. As now we're at 2-0. And the pitch. And now here's a liner. And that was caught by Tellez. And that's going to be the first out of the inning. Still got a runner on second base, though. Take next 2 and 2 of 3. And then I'm back in, by the way, when we play the White Sox. Yeah, let's have a good momentum going into that Chicago series, please. And now we got Aaron Judge up to the plate. And now the pitch. And check swing. Did he go? He does not go. As we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. And that's going to be missing it for a ball. Aaron Judge has been 2 for 3 thus far. He did score he did score as a runner. And now the 2-0. And that's going to be a strike. Disney is currently deciding which franchise to try to save Star Wars and the MC. How about Star Wars just stop? As now we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball foul. Now we're at 2-2. Outside for a ball. Full count 3-2. Then we got Rice up on deck. And the 3-2. Low for ball 4. Now the good news is at least you have a double play that you can make. One out and 2-1, and now it's going to be Rice up to the plate. Now here's Rice, who is 1 for 4, and that's going to be a foul ball. It's funny, Disney can make all these movies, but can't pay ESPN employees except Pat McAfee. Yeah. And Disney's an absolute joke, I can tell you that. Disney's got to go. As now we're at 0-1 for Ben Rice. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. 0-2. 37 pitches for Brazzardo. It's unusual that he's getting this amount of work. As now we're at 0-2. Yeah, Disneyland, I went there twice. I do not want to go again. I know there's better places to go than that, as we're at 0-2. Maybe go there for a date, but that's about it. 0-2. Low for a ball, 1-2. I didn't like Disneyland that much, to be honest with you. I thought Disneyland was overrated. Their food's not even good. Everything's overpriced. Nothing's authentic there. As we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. And that is strike 3 called, and now we've got 2 outs. Universal and Knott's Berry Farm better. California Adventures was pretty good too. At least in my opinion. And now here's a fly ball, and that is foul. As now we're at 0-1. And the pitch. And that's going to be fouled back. And the 3-3 a break might do wonders for Star Wars. Though they give Star Wars detours, yeah. Star Wars dead. As we're at 0-2. Corporatism destroyed everything. As now we're at 0-2. The pitch. And outside for a ball. As now we're at 1-2. Oh, no. Bizzardo does not pitch. Now, Luke Arkins is shoving this article down my throat. Who do you think is going to win the NBA Finals? Oklahoma City Thunder. They're going to win it all. There's no one else that can beat them. The Eastern Conference, maybe the Celtics, but they're getting beat up by the Knicks. And who's going to beat the Thunder? And the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, but the Mariners still in trouble. Nothing much is being done well. All right, what do you guys think of this? I know I showed it before, but I'm going to show it again.
I'll never join you, Father. You're evil.
There you go again, always calling what I do evil. Can you name one thing I've done that wasn't completely justified?
What? The Death Star, for one.
The Death Star was more of a scare tactic than anything. I mean, how many planets did you really see us blow up with that thing?
You blew up Alderaan.
Oh, you mean the planet harboring fucking terrorists? Yeah, we blew that thing up.
Okay, Ben Kenobi? Completely killed him.
Oh, you mean the master fucking wizard who infiltrated our base with a lightsaber? Yeah, not really innocent there, was he?
You blew up like half of my friends flying around in their ships.
You mean the terrorists that were attacking us? Yeah.
You froze Han in carbonite.
Oh, come on, don't even go there. He was wanted for like millions of things. I was doing him the galaxy a favor there.
I mean, you've killed so many rebels. I mean...
Terrorists.
But then you sliced my hand off, but you didn't kill... Damn, I guess you're not... I don't know. This is really fucking with me right now.
Yeah, really opened your eyes there, didn't I? But it's okay, son. We can join forces and we can rule this galaxy as
Killed a bunch
fathers.
of children once. Whoa!
Oh, come on, that's cheating.
And we are back from the break. That was weird. Yeah, Cavs and Celtics are toast. That means the Thunder are going to have a very easy run to the NBA Finals. Now here's J.P. Crawford up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike as we got a new pitcher in Hill. As we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Strike one. Strike two. And that's going to be swing and a miss. Strike three. Yeah, but the Thunder have home court advantage throughout the playoffs. And also, I'm turning off the game for Lego Star Wars as this game is about to end. Yeah, but Thunder are at home, so now here's Mitch Garver taking over for Jorge Polanco because of matchup poo-poo. And now we're at 1-0. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss. My goal is to get to 100 games by the end of this season. But there is a part of me that may want to do the Thunder series instead. The Thunder game. And the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. As we're at 2-1. And it's 8-3 so far. The pitch. And that's going to be 2-2 as a swing and a miss by Mitch Garver. And the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. And the pitch. And that's going to be ball four. Take your base. It was Julio's first at bat and he hit a home run, but then the Mariners haven't really responded well since. And now we got Julio up to the plate, who's batting 1 for 3. He hit the home run earlier. And the pitch. And now here's a blooper, and that's going to be going to first in time. That was a chopper, actually. Runner moves to second, but now there's 2 outs. I mean, at this point, we're just going to need Cal Raleigh to hit a home run, so that way we could be within 3 runs. I'm really tempted to do the Thunder and the Denver game tomorrow rather than the Mariners game, but I don't know yet. As we're at 0 for 3 is Cal Raleigh. And the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. So we're at 0-1. Cal Raleigh's 0 for 3. And the pitch. Way outside for a ball, and that's going to be 1-1. As we're at 1-1. And the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. After this inning, I will show you my most favorite starfighter in the entire Star Wars game. Star Wars genre, or whatever you want to call it. Nintendo Switch has now crossed 152 million sold. Low for a ball, 2-2. Only 2 million away from the DS and 8 away from the PS2. Do we think we'll do it? And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball deep to center field and still running. And that's actually gone. That's a home run for Cal Raleigh, his 13th home run. Mariners close it to within 3 runs by a 2-run home run. It's the Yankees 8 and the Mariners 5. And maybe some glimmer of hope is still around for the Mariners. We'll just have to see where this goes. There's a nice home run by Cal Raleigh. The torpedo bat has done it finally. Yep, he went over to the right side and he blasted a home run. So about the T-Mobile Park problem, huh, Mr. Luke Arkins? And that's actually going to do it for Williams. And now I'm going to show you my favorite starship. And put it in the comments what you think my most favorite starship is in Star Wars. Throw it in there. Here it is. Now take a guess what this one is. That is my most favorite starship of all time in Star Wars. The A-Wing. The A-Wing is the fastest fighter in the fleet, capable of matching TIE Interceptor in speed, twin J77 Horizon engine, but you got to watch yourself because you have pretty much no shields. When you get hit, Luke Skywalker goes, ouch, shields are a little weak, which they are weak. Maybe I should show a mission of the A-Wing. You know what? I got to do that. I'll do that in the next commercial break. I'm going to go back to Rogue Squadron. All right, I'll give you a surprise, Josh O, at the end of this inning, as this has been Star Wars night. Isn't that just the update to Jedi Starfighter with no... That's a good point. Maybe that was basically the... Yeah, you're probably right. Just like the ARC 170 was the X-Wing, the pitch. I mean, ARC 170 was designed by the same company, Income. Income, I believe they did design. They were part of the... I think they were part of the ARC 170, the pitch. They were. And a horrible swing and a miss by Randy Arozarena. And that's going to be strike 2. They designed the U-Wing, the Z95, the X-Wing, the Income T65 X-Wing, the B-Wing, and the pitch. Now here's a liner into the center field, and that is going to be a base hit, and the Mariners continue to fight. Still a man on first base. Randy Arozarena scored last time he was on base, and now it's going to be up to Rowdy Tellez. The Y-Wing is just an old Republic bomber. It really is. They also designed... I don't think they designed the B-Wing. I hated the B-Wing. That thing was slow. That thing was a tank. And in the Legends version, they designed a lot of things. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up, and that's not going to get it done. And he makes the catch. That's... Yep. And that's going to retire the side. And it's now time for me to show off the A-Wing for you, Josh. Here it is. Remember this little baby, Josh? I'm called the Nona, recently crashed somewhere in this vicinity. It was carrying a team of rebel soldiers and stolen Imperial equipment. You must find them before the Imperials do. Come on, A-Wings. The worst mission was that protect the big building. Defection at Corellia. No, that was a really good mission. What are you talking about, man? Okay, so that defection at Corellia was the worst one, right? In your opinion? Okay, I'm just going to fast forward this thing. Oh, here it is. There's the Nona. You think your copy was glitched for most of the time? You could never get the map to pop up. Yeah, that's sad. And now the big shuttle's coming in. The big Imperial lander. I got all 19 gold medals, by the way. Oh, and we are back from the break. Time to torture myself with more Mariners baseball.
Protect the ship from invading Imperial forces.
Cole Young is batting .467 in his 8-game hitting streak. Maybe that could be a warrant to call him up for second base because the Mariners need a second baseman. You can't just rely on Dylan Moore all the time. And now here's Troy Taylor. He's now up on the mound for the bullpen, and that's going to be outside for a ball. I just remember building Quest on the night plan, and then the walker would show up, and I would never... You never got past the defection of Corellia? You never got through the Corellia mission with a snow speeder? It's okay. It took me about a few extra months to get through that too, and I was like 7 years old. And it was about just getting close to the legs. General Riken! We lost good people today. Return the base, team. All right, you know what? I'll beat that mission for you. I will show it to you personally, Josh. Just for you. Because I like you a lot. Now, don't take that too seriously. The 1-2. And that is low for a ball. Here, I got defection at Corellia for you. And now we're at 2-2, and now the pitch. And now here's a liner to right field, and that is going to be a base hit for Cody Bellinger, and he gets the first base. Bellinger reaches on base for the third time today. I could get everything else. It was just the walker that always gets me. Oh, come on. That was easy. Don't be a baby. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike to Volpe. Anthony Volpe, that is. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a ball. As we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball drilled to left center field. Forget about that one. Austin Volpe just blasted a 2-run home run. And the Yankees extend their lead 10-5 at this game, as this game is pretty much just running away. And that may have just been the dagger as the Yankees continue. And that just pretty much erased the efforts of Cal Raleigh's 2-run home run. And this game is pretty much over at this point. Austin Volpe just completely just destroyed it. It was drilled to left center field. And I was like, forget about that one. I'll do it again. That was a fly ball drilled to left center field. Forget about that one. And now here's Austin Wells up to the plate. And now the 1-0. And now here's a fly ball again, drilled to right field. And Taveras makes the catch. And that's going to be 1 out. Mariners are down by 5 runs, and how are they going to make a comeback? And the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball foul. And the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit as Cabrera gets on base with a single. And it's just 1 out thus far. Now here's Peraza, the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. And the 0-1. And that's going to be inside for a ball. Oh, that got him. And that's going to be runners on first and second. And Troy Taylor has just been atrocious this inning. No challenge. You can hear the Yankees chant. Mariners chants are not even doing anything about it. Now Grisham is up to the plate, and he has a chance to really increase the lead. And the pitch. And that's going to be a line drive base hit, and that could score in another run. Actually, they're going to stop at third, and now it's going to be up to Aaron Judge, who now has a great chance of hitting a grand slam home run. Now it's Aaron Judge, who is 2 for 3 in this game, and he has a chance. And now we're at the pitch, and a swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. Aaron Judge is now batting .414 with 14 home runs and 39 RBIs. That is just absolutely insane. Aaron Judge is absolutely on fire. He is for sure going to be the starter for the All-Star game. And the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball drilled to right center. No, it's going to be Taveras. And tagging at third And the throw of the plate, and he misses the tag. Terrible throw by Tavares. And now the Yankees have now made it 11-5, and looks like there's some pain going on. Oh, boy. He scored, but he is now in pain off a sacrifice fly by Aaron Judge. Looks like they may bring out the cart, and you don't like to see that. And everything is just dead silent right now. Yep, they're bringing out the cart all right, and it's not looking good. Cal Raleigh's just looking, kind of looks horrified by that. Yeah, that was pretty brutal. Yankee players are not feeling good about it either. I wouldn't either. Let's just hope the kid's okay. It's just a showing that nothing is promised. Oh, even worse, the ambulance is coming out. That is not good. Let's just hope that this guy is okay. Everything's just dead silent. Got Polanco. He's just looking all shocked and frozen. Something you don't want to see. Everything's just silent. And they won't show the replay, too. It was Cabrera that suffered that injury. And he hasn't moved. It's an ankle injury. I just hope that is the worst thing for him. I don't know. We would think so. Let's just hope that Cabrera's okay. The Lord Vader, he's not feeling good about it either. I shouldn't be joking about it either. La Piedra being shown. He's not happy about it. I wouldn't think it's... I don't know if it goes that far. Let's see it in the Twitters and see what they're saying. But it is pretty bad. Definitely should have not rewound to see what Cabrera did to his leg on that play. Everyone's taking a knee now. It was very brutal. Ambulance. Julio's and Tavares and Rosarena talking to each other. They're saying injury looks really, really bad. And he's finally lifted, giving the standing ovation. Let's hope he is okay. Something that you just don't want to see. It's a terrible sight to see when you see injuries like that. Cabrera is at least conscious. This isn't like DeMar Hamlin, but when you see someone going in the ambulance, it's just not good. And let's hope that Cabrera's okay. Like, even I'm just shocked by it. No, you never want to see bad injuries, which is why I always cringe when there are fans out there that always cheer when players get injured. But here's the thing: when you're out there playing a game and you get hurt, it's really bad. And I've seen ACL tears when I played flag football. I've been hit by a baseball before. It's not fun when you get hurt based on a game that you love. And now all you can really do is just try to continue this game. Just continue the game and let's just finish it off. And hopefully it finishes off in a very smooth way. And they're cheering, giving the standing ovation. And hopefully that he is okay. All the Mariners fans cheering when Altuve got pegged that one time. Yeah, Mariner fans aren't exactly innocent, aren't they? Let's hope that kid's okay. And I would imagine that the Cabrera family they are just frozen right now, just hoping that he is okay. I wonder if his phone got blown up by now with all his friends, whoever he's dating, whoever his friend is, all of his family members. And let's hope the kid's okay. As Troy Taylor, he is continuing on the mound. He is still pitching, as he has struggled this inning. All I can say is you still got to finish the game, though. Like, I'm one of those crazy minorities that actually thought that when that DeMar Hamlin thing happened, I was one of the crazy ones to actually say that game should have been continued. And I know that sounds horrible to say, but I was one of those. Just like how we are going to continue this game. But thoughts to Cabrera, and hopefully that he is okay, A-okay. And now we're going to get back into it. Here's Rice up to the plate. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. And that is Ben Rice, batting .258 with 9 home runs and 20 RBIs. As now we're at 0-1. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And that is going to be strike 2. Let's hope that the Mariners, hopefully they're not too rattled to delusionally for myself, make some kind of a rally so they can get back on the winning track. As the last time they lost 4 in a row, actually they once, at one point they were losing, I believe they lost 5 in a row. I think so, yeah. And now we're at 0-2, and now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to Tellez. He gets it, takes it to the bag, and we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Last try for the Mariners. And Josh, this is for you. I'm going to finish Corellia, and even if the game, well, yeah, you get the idea. All right, here's Defection at Corelli. I'm going to do this for you, Josh. I'm going to speed up the game, too.
Yeah. Movement that inspires.
Yo, I can guard pro in this. I can guard you and route you up. You sure about that? So I was looking for a quarterback? Go! You're right, Billy. These do bring on that.
Shining rainbows. It's fixing things.
Now I got to get those tie bombers.
Growing power to meet your needs. Working to run the world on smarter energy every day. Taking power where the grid's never been. And getting up and doing it again. Because if optimism never stops, then change tends to be better. GE Renewable, the energy of change.
And we are back from the break. Tomorrow, Brian Wu is going to be the pitcher. It's just going to be a matter of whether I will do the Yankees game or the Thunder game tomorrow. Don't know quite yet. And now the pitch. Yeah, it's called the Tech Center. That's what it was. As we got Hamilton is going to be the pitcher against Tavares. Ian Hamilton. He has a 5.56 ERA, so you would think that this is an opportunity for the Mariners to get something done, but with the Mariners just being down completely by 6 runs, it's going to be pretty tough to make a comeback. It will take more than a miracle. And now we're at Leody Tavares and the pitch, and that's going to be up high for a ball. As we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Again, we're going to do it 1-1. And now the pitch. And low for a ball, 2-1. At least there's no outs so far. As we're at 2-1. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. It seems that everyone's just so rattled that they just want to complete this game. As we're at 2-2 for Taveras. Aaron Judge hit the sacrifice fly. Maybe he feels some of those regrets because one of his teammates, Cabrera, got hurt. And now the 2-2. And now here's a liner to left center field, and that's going to be caught by the center fielder. And now that's going to be 1 out. I think that was Austin Volpe. And now we got Dylan Moore up to the plate, and now it's just a matter of just finishing this game. Aren't you happy, Lord Vader? Happy Gilmore? I haven't even seen the first one. It's like Golden State and Minnesota. Looks like the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to run away with that series. No, they are going to lead it 3-1. Wow. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. This is actually Master Boney's pinch hitting for Dylan Moore. As this game is really just slipping away. Master Boney batting .225 with 6 RBIs and the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball as we're at 0-2. And this game is just completely running away. 0-2 for Master Boney. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball again. And Josh, stay tuned for this. After the game, I will finish Defection at Corellia for you. I heard Dallas Mavericks got the #1 overall pick. As we're at 0-2 and the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3, and going to be 2 outs. And the next guy, or shall I say possibly the last guy, it's going to be Ben Williamson. It's actually going to be Leo Rivas who's going to be pinch hitting for him. And stay tuned after the game. I will show Josh, my Houston friend, how to defeat the level Defection at Corellia. Now here's Leo Rivas up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. And now you got 2 outs, 2 strikes away from this ball game being officially over. Yeah, man, that lottery is really not rewarding tankers anymore, aren't they? As we're at 0-1 the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. The most insane result was the 1993 NBA draft when the Orlando Magic, with 1 ball and 66, got the #1 overall pick after drafting Shaquille O'Neal a year before. The pitch. Low for a ball. That is 2-1. Two and 1 the count for Leo Rivas. And the pitch. And that is strike 2, and it's game time. The Mariners jumped out to a 2-1 lead, and then the Yankees had their dominant 6-run inning, and they added a few more. Although the Mariners tried to fight back and put it to within 3, just wasn't enough. And we're at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball as Leo Rivas is just still trying to stay alive somewhat. As we're at 2-2. But it just seems to be a formality. Why this game is pretty much over. It's just only a matter of time. It's just how it's done, the 2-2. And that's going to be low for a ball, 3-2. Yep, the Houston Rockets, when they tanked for Sampson and Hakeem Olajuwon, which led to the 1985 NBA draft being a straight-up lottery where there was no wait. And now we're at 3-2. And now the pitch. And strike 3 called, and the ball game is over. The Mariners fall to the Yankees as the Yankees take game 1 of this 3-game series behind huge home runs done by Grisham and Volpe. And now, Josh, this is just for you. Going to complete this mission for you. Defection at Corellia. Hold on, I got to turn off the game because I just don't want to watch it again. Yeah, I remember the 1985 NBA draft was when Patrick Ewing was the number 1 overall pick, and of course David Stern rigged the NBA draft, and it was obvious. Gotta get that high bomber. There we go. Well, I have a little... I'm not going to tell you exactly why mine's that fast. I think there's another tie bomber behind me. This is Crix Maybean. The attack came before I could reach Riken, and I'm pinned down in the tech center. Can you get me out? Affirmative, Luke. I got my hands full. Can you get them? Yeah. You don't have to say it. Don't get all dramatic about it, boy. I mean, everyone does it, don't they? So I'm able to do the fast button. All right, here is those tie bombers. Let's kill these bombers, shall we? Come on, tie bombers, die. Come on, let's get that tie bomber out of there. Oh, Han Solo to the rescue. Yep, Corellia is Han Solo's home. Uh-oh, this is your most terrifying part. You ain't gonna enjoy it, Joshy. All right, I'm gonna fast forward this shit. Gotta get to that Imperial Walker. There he is. Remember how much you had a hard time taking this guy? So here's what you do. You get really close, use your secondary weapon, and then there you go. Activate Harpoon. And go as fast as you can. Try not to go insanely close to the legs. Yeah, and yeah, you just gotta do that. There you go. Uh-oh. Imperial Chicken Walkers, boys. Oh, yeah, I hated that Imperial Walker stick, whatever you want to call it. Not the Imperial Walker stick. I hated that N64 stick. I'd rather just play it with this. All right, got the Chicken Walker. And now I got And then you have to get this Imperial Walker again. It's like, can you stop it? All right, I don't really have the attention span. Just going to fast forward this. Yeah, so the Mariners, they just got their butts whooped, and pretty embarrassing game if you ask me. Oh, we got a shuttle. Oh, TIE fighters are coming. Got to get those fools out. There you are. Kill this motherfucker. Why'd I just swear? I apologies for my little potty mouthing. There you go. Oh, more TIE fighters. Let's kill these TIE fighters. Oh, 2 of them killed. All right, here you go. Boom. Any more TIE fighters after that? I think that was it. So the TIE fighters are... Imagine if they said TIE defenders. TIE defenders. Yeah, that's just adorable. You get butt raped or whatever you want to call it. Let's get this TIE bomber out of there. Oh, you think? All right, there it is. I completed it for you, Josh. He hated the Capitol Tower. All right, the mission complete. Just for you, Josh. Just for you, man. All right, I'm done. Well, that's it, Josh. I got to get rolling. And everyone else, thank you for being on the show. Mariners got their butts whooped again. And everyone, have a good freaking night. Yep. Go Astros, whatever. I'm ending this show. You just made me want to end it quicker.